Okay, so I'm here in LMMS. If you don't have it, you can go to Google and or Bing and do the LMMS search, and you'll find the website. Or you can just go to lmms.io, or you can also find the link down below where you can find this free program. I do recommend following along if you can, because it's kind of a long program. I'm going to cut it up in short videos so that you can learn one section at a time. But there is a lot of information that you'll be gathering. Nothing difficult, just a lot to remember. All right, so here we go. In LMMS, on the top bar here, I have the LMMS About Us or About Them, Preferences, Services, Hide, Quit, etc. I'm going to go ahead and go to Preferences and give you a quick overview of that. So in here you have the buffer size, which you wouldn't have to worry about too much right now, but if it's lagging or slowing down on your computer, you may want to increase or decrease this based on any problems you may be having with stop or pauses or stuttering in your program. It's a pretty light program, so you shouldn't have those problems right off the bat. Here is where you're going to have your directories, your samples, your plugins, your VSTs, etc. You can choose a location where the program can find your items. Okay. Next one, performance settings. Nothing much to see here. Enable autosave, yes. Allow autosave while playing, yes, but that could probably cause a little lag. Um, but why not? Okay, smooth scroll, just the visual effects. Okay, great. So let's go down to the next one, which is audio. You're going to have to choose an audio card. You can use the one that's on the computer, which would normally be the one here, or you may have external sound card, etc., that you can select and choose here. And that's how you're going to hear your music back. Um, Back end core setting, core audio, and this is my mixer that I'm using. I also have the SR22 Cubase sound card as well. But we're going to just use whatever the computer thinks is best. Okay, I'm going to also go here to the last one, which is the Midi. If you have a keyboard or a drum pattern sequencer, you can also plug this into this area here, select and choose, and that way you'll be able to play music from a keyboard external of your computer. Okay, I'm going to cancel out here because I got everything that I want the way that I want it. Okay, so let's begin with the program. Here in the top left corner, we have new project. Here we have new project from template, existing projects, recently opened projects, save, export, which we will get to. Here's your information button. You highlight that and it tells you what everything is, kind of like mine is doing when you highlight or hover over something. This is your metronome. This is your song sequencer. This is your beats and bassline editor, or also known in other programs as pattern or step sequencer. Here's your piano roll, automation, mixer, notes, and the controller rack, which we won't be using for a while. Here's your tempo, how fast or slow the song is, how long the song is, how many minutes, seconds, etc. Here's your time signature. If you're making pop music, rock, reggae, hip hop, anything of that type of thing, alternative rock, you're going to want to use 4/4 because that's pretty standard for radio and pop music. If you're here to do something different, then be my guest and play around with this, and we'll probably go over some of that later on in the music theory course once we get to the point where we need to understand a little bit of that. Okay, here's your volume, and this is your pitch setting for the entire project. Here you have your folders where you keep your instruments. Some of them that come with the program, like these are your VSTs or synthesized instruments. Here you have your previous projects that you've done before, if you've ever done any. Here is where you have the basic instruments and loops and samples and sounds. You can left click and hear something. Okay. Oh, these are effects and stuff. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so you get the idea. Nice. Here is also some presets for the first button, which are your VSTs, plugins, etc. You can drop these presets, meaning they have a setting already arranged to make your instrument sound a certain way. A lot of what you're going to enjoy doing in this the most is kind of creating your own sound or manipulating sounds to get the sound that you want. So that's a really important feature that you'll want to know later. Here I have my desktop and other hard drives if I have, or folders on my computer, let me say, where I can find other beats and sounds or samples, etc. And the last one is I have external hard drives connected, as I have, as you can see, quite a few, and some of them have samples and stuff like that on them. Okay, so that's what you need to know before we get started. All right, let's end this video and get right into making some music.